This is Gaumukh Glacier, the source of river Ganga, though from Gaumukh till Deoprayag, which is about 205 kilometers, the river is known as Bhagirathi. When Bhagirathi meets Alaknanda at Deoprayag, then the new combined river is known as Ganga. But mythologically, Ganga is said to rise from the Gaumukh glacier of the Gadhwal Himalayas. At the height of 3,892 meters above the sea level, the Bhagirathi river traversed through a treacherous terrain for the first 18 kilometers. In this episode, we take you to our journey of the Gangotri Gaumukh track, which is unique, difficult yet adventurous. The journey to Gaumukh starts from the Gangotri National Park, which is about 2 kilometer distance from Gangotri town. From Gangotri, there is no motorable road to this place, and you have to walk the entire stretch of 16 to 18 kilometers, where the pathway at many places is extremely narrow to just 1 feet on, and at many places deep and straightforward. Those who suffer from the height syndrome or high altitude should avoid taking this track. The Bhagirathi river moves side by side and looks serpentine at many places. The mountains ranges are extremely high and intimidating. Many times there is a risk of landslide, and often the stones and boulders falls in the river. So even when this track is termed as moderate, I won't recommend this for the beginners, as it is still a risky track at many places. It is obvious that the entire track is not a high risk track, but at many places the path narrows. Various streams from the mountains flows into river Bhagirathi. After traversing through 9 kilometers, one reach Chirabasa, which is a camping site on the bank of river Bhagirathi. Chirabasa is known for beautiful pines and tea trees, and facing the intimidating mountain range and the huge concrete brought by the river Bhagirathi. At Chidbasa, you are in front of the tall mountains on the one side and noisy Bhagirathi on the other side. This makes the combination as adventurous for many people, but could be treacherous for others because of the landslides and flash flood. The climate is always uncertain in the Himalayan region, and it could be a sunny light somewhere at 2-3 kilometers ahead, and it can turn into a cloudy environment just a short distance away. From Chidbasa to Bhojbasa is 4-kilometer distance, and many places it is again the steep heights, though not as in the beginning. You have to cross through many riverines and streams, though look smaller, yet make terrific noise. I have always mentioned that the rivers in the Himalayas are energetic and lively. Look at this beautiful journey of Bhagirathi from the Himalayas. How it look, how it take different curves, and from a steep height, a video of it makes you wonder the creation of nature. There are no formal roads or bridges. We pass through makeshift overbridges made by the local people. Walking over that is also like a challenge, but adventurous. It is adventurous because it's a no man's land. There is not much habitation, and if you slip, then you go into that energetic stream, and there is no room for any mistake because the riverine or the river can sweep you away. So the terrain might look moderate for outsider. It's difficult because you walk with the nature, and one side you have the steep mountains, other side you have a noisy river Bhagirathi surrounded by stones and rocks, where you have no companion except yourself and your maturity to show at a moment when you are at risk. Frankly speaking, this is a moment that you can speak with nature, feel at ease, and enjoy the bounties of nature. The high mountain ranges are without vegetation, but between Chidbasa and Bhojbasa, You see plenty of Himalayan vegetation. Researchers have found the biodiversity of this region extremely important. And here is Bhagirathi in its full majestic view. This is Bhojbasa, and Bhagirathi travels from Gaumukh to Bhojbasa. Bhojbasa is a camping site for the Gaumukh trackers. Beyond this, there is no camping, and from Bhojbasa to Gaumukh is about 4-kilometer journey, which is extremely difficult. Since 2013, after the Kedarnath tragedy, the flow of Bhagirathi also changed here, and today people have to cross the river and then walk in a treacherous terrain for nearly 4 kilometers. This is a difficult task as there is only a manual cable which can carry 1 to 4 persons at one time with the help of the others to cross over the river. There is no chance of anyone walking through the river because the current of the water is extremely powerful. You can build an amazing relationship with nature here. Just come and sit on the bank of this river, Bhagirathi. The energy that it possesses, and look at the mountains around, the colorful plants. The river only shows the strength of nature, majestic in winters or in summer, its creation. Right now, it's because of the rains, the water looks wheatish, yet on a normal day, it's always greenish or blue. We must not expect our city comfort at this beautiful zone, where you only feel the power of nature. So when we are coming to witness the bounties of nature here, we must also expect troubles, because a thing of beauty is not merely joy forever, but it is not accessible comfortably. So in Bhojbasa, we have a small restaurant of the Gadwal Mandal Vikas Nigam or the Lal Baba Ashram, which provide you the modest food to survive. One must not expect the varieties of food here, because even the food material or any other thing that comes from Gangotri to this place is carried out by the porters, as there are no other facilities. So it's a difficult thing, but then it gives us also a great pleasure to be in the unique company of the Himalayan mountains. The vegetation at many places was not there, but at Bhojbasa, the mountains around us gives a stunning picture of its rich biodiversity. The weather was not great, so in the morning there is dense forest fog around us, and you can see behind me is the cable on which this iron trolley moves to cross over the river. This is manually handled and extremely risky, because if there are no people to support you manually, then you can't cross over the river. Normally the trackers help each other, but it is also difficult for one person or two person, if they are going alone, to traverse their path towards Gaumukh. It is advisable to avoid trekking in the rains. Just after 4 kilometers, one can reach Gaumukh, which is known as source of river Ganga, and for many it's an inspiring spiritual journey. So apart from the professional trekkers, there are religious or spiritual people who take this holy journey to Gaumukh, and after taking the journey they return to Gangotri, which is known as Gangotri Dham, and mythologically the Ganga descended on earth from the hair of Lord Shiva, and for the first time it descended at Gangotri Dham, where a temple of goddess Ganga is one of the most reverend shrines of Uttarakhand state. Till Gangotri you can come by car or bus, but onward journey is just on foot. It's also important to keep these places like this only, because if we provide every facility, then there is a risk of massification of tourism here, which will only destroy the tranquility of the region and can create havoc. Already there are reports that massive influx of tourists in the Himalayan regions is creating not only cultural crisis, but also putting enormous pressure on local infrastructure. It is important that we should not attempt to create infrastructure in these very sensitive areas, sensitive from the ecological point of view, because the entire Uttarkasi district of Uttarakhand state falls under the very serious seismological zone, and Government of India in 2010 declared environmentally sensitive zones and halted all kind of construction, even including broadening of the highways. But after 2014 the things changed, and there are now efforts to broaden the highways and create infrastructure in these areas, which will ultimately be detrimental for the ecology of the region. Thank you for watching this episode. We will continue our journey onward Gangotri. Every week we will bring you one episode of Himalaya Ki Ganga and share with you our journey with Ganga and the communities that live around Ganga.